From a faraway planet comes the call of having the power. And now we have a very interesting situation with two miniature-based games based on He-Man and the Master of the Universe. One was exclusive to Europe. One was exclusive to the rest of the world by Cmon. What I wanted to do was try to take a look at both of these and see who did the better sculpts and who did the better miniatures. This is going to be a little hard because I'm doing this off of screen captures and from prototypes, but I think we're going to get a good idea of the difference of the two games and which one really has the better miniatures, because that's the thing I'm focusing on. So sit back, relax, and this will be a bit of a long one, but I think we can enjoy it. So now we move on to the Evil Horde. And of course, who's the big king of the Evil Horde? Hordak. Really like this Hordak. He just fits the part. He's got that crazy bat with him, his staff. He just really like the Cmon one. He just looks very iconically Hordak. He definitely is the guy we think of when we think of Hordak. Now, the Hordak we get with Archon Studios, not a bad one, but I don't think I like the pose quite as much as I do with the Cmon one. Part of it is the bat is on his shoulder instead of on his hand, and the staff is kind of off to the side. I just think the Cmon one has a more iconic pose. I really think I like that one more. I'm just going to be very blunt about it. So then we move on to Catra, who was a surprise to me. Wasn't expecting her. She was more of a star in the cartoon than she was in the most of the He-Man run. More of a She-Ra star. But nice to see her. I'm not very familiar with her toy, if she ever had one. I tried to look that up, and I didn't find all that information. But she was an interesting character. I do like seeing her in the set. Now going to Archon Studios again, they had a little more liberty, and apparently she's what I remember from the cartoon. So I don't know if they had a little bit more liberty than Cmon did, or what's going on, because again, she looks more like the cartoon rendition versus this one that looks kind of more like a generic He-Man figure. Archon Studio by a nose on that one, just because of that. Again, my memory's a little faded, but I almost certain the Archon Studio one looks like the cartoon. And of course, to Mantenna, who was one of those toys that was like creepy as all get out. Why did his eyes bug out? We don't know. But great one by Cmon again. The eyes are bugging out. It's really creepy and weird and funny. Archon Studios kind of went with his eyes in his head, which is okay. The rest of the look is just fine. I would see a dead tie between these. It's either mini is really great. It's fun to see two different versions of Mantenna. But they're fun. So next we have Grizzler. Grizzler looks so freaking amazing from Cmon. I mean, he just looks like a sinister hair fluff, which is what he should look like. I mean, let's be honest. That's his thing. He looked like a big fluffy hair in the toy line and even in the cartoon. So he really nails it here. Nails it perfectly. When I saw the one for Archon Studios, I was like, did he go on a diet? What happened here? I think they were going for a more Yeti-ish Sasquatch look with him here. I don't think it works. In fact, he looks I instantly think he looks like a Yeti or a Sasquatch. Gotta edge it to Cmon. Again, they nail that look of that toy, which is what we remember most, so that's where I'm going with. Next up is Leech, and I gotta give it to Cmon on this because they took that crazy looking face of Leech and made it look almost like it would work. His mouth kind of looks like more like a moray eel now, which is perfectly fine. That's how they eat. And that I would not have believed that if you had told me they were going to do it close to the action figure. I like the action figure. It was a funny, you just stuck to things. It was a funny gimmick. Going over here to Archon Studios, I'm going to say it, I don't like the face sculpt. I know in the cartoon they did it a little bit like this. It's not something that appeals to me. Looks like they downplayed the suckers on the hands too. The other thing about He-Man is the fun factor, the silliness sometimes of these characters and their powers. Moving on, we have Shadow Weaver, who, again, I'm not sure if she ever got a toy, but I vividly remember her. She was really a cool, strange character, and I really felt the Night Sisters from the Clone Wars were kind of based off of her. It's almost a similar look and a similar action and similar voices, and I always kind of liked her. I really like this one from Cmon. It looks really good. The one thing is, a really good one from Archon Studios. I slightly like the raised base a little more, so I will lean a little more towards that. I'd say Archon Studios won that one. That's a really cool figure. Then Scorpio, another one I only have vague recollections of, but I do remember her. And I kind of liked her, and I like this figure of her. This looks really cool. I like it. This is one of those I can't wait to paint up when I get a hold of it. Then, the one in Archon Studios, equally good. I really like it too. I like that the crossbow is there as well. I would just, I'm going to have to say probably an even tie on that as well, because those are two pretty decent sculpts and pretty decent characters.